Welcome to Washington Football Week with your host, one half of that dynamic duo,
Let's go.
Sean Spencer, and South Carolina's finest, Will Craven.
Don't play us if you're undefeated.
Where we celebrate past success while looking to a bright future. There's a youth movement in Washington, and they're ready to take the reins. Led by fire.
Play aggressive, D.
It's a new day. New dawn. No longer the laughing stock. It's time to take command.
And you know what else good friends do? They stay with their friends that might have been through some things, huh? But when I looked at the schedule, when I looked at the teams that we are playing, you know, a couple years ago I was on here and I said the next 3 weeks, we're not going to lose a game. And now after that first game, everybody's like, well, Sean, you just talked about how bad y'all look. Sean, you this, you did that. But we're going up against Cincinnati, New York, and Arizona. Now, Arizona, we'll see. But what I saw from Cincinnati and New York, does that make me crazy, ladies and gentlemen? The turnaround will begin this week and will last for the next 3 weeks. Washington will win the next 3 games. Does that make me crazy?
That make me crazy.
I guess I wasn't crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It is your boy, Sean Spencer. What happened at Dynamic Duo? That is Let's Talk Football. And it's Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. It's Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. And if it's Wednesday, you know I'm with my guy. Well, I got South Carolina's finest, Will Kramer. What up, Will?
What's going on, man? Happy to be here. Happy to talk about another victory.
Oh, yeah. 3 in a row, baby. 3 in a row. And you see my guy down there with the Redskins on the chest. My guy, the formerly known as the shirtless wonder, Ab Lowe. What up, Ab?
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it, man. I'm excited to talk some football this week. You know I am. I'm really.
Come on. And for those of you that saw me on Monday, you saw how I did not let up on that Cowboys fan. I let Janae know what was coming in week 9 because Washington, we're on the rise, baby. And hey, guys, new dawn, new day. Hey, bring them on. Who wants some? That's how I feel right now. Am I wrong? Come
Not
on.
the Cowboys.
Come on.
Yeah, you're not wrong, man. Yeah, I mean, you are not wrong to be feeling good right now. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. So, hey, look, ladies and gentlemen, you saw what happened. You saw what's been happening. JD5, this team coming together, the coaching, everything, and it came to fruition in this game. If the Monday night game was special, this game right here was long overdue. Will, I'm coming to you first, man. We didn't just beat the Cardinals. We whooped that ass. Talk to me, man.
Yeah, that was one of the most fun football games that I've watched in years. Yeah. I can think back to the Dallas game in Ron's first year on Thanksgiving. That was a fun one. I can think back to playing the Raiders on Sunday Night Football with Jay Gruden and playing the Packers on Sunday Night Football with Jay Gruden as being like fun games where we dominated. But that was on last Sunday was another level. Like every time, especially in the beginning, they scored early. We hit them with the counter punch, and then we hit them with another counter punch. And then it's like we just got like settled down, and they were like, "Oh no, we know what you're doing. We got you." And we just kept hitting them. with stuff. And it was, if it wasn't this running back, it was the other running back, and we'll get into the specifics on being generic. They just didn't. They had nothing for us. It was quite the game to see. And I mean, Patrick and I were watching it, and we just kept celebrating. It was a beautiful thing.
And Ab, you know me, all right. I try to over critique and look and die. I can't find anything wrong with this game this weekend. It was beautiful.
I mean, you could, if you reached in your bag. Right. I'm sure you could find something. You could have said something about the
we did let him score,
but
right.
We'll leave that for Janae. Okay,
come on,
like we'll let her pick at all our downfalls. The three of them. Okay,
yeah.
So
right.
we'll let her do that. Okay, we did phenomenal, and like Will said, fun game. And this weekend I enjoyed it with my daughter, and we were the lonely two Washington fans in this restaurant screaming at the TV. Lady had the nerve to try and turn the TV on your boy, guys. What? Cut the look on her. we cut the look on her. Nah, man. Daddy, did she just change our game? She sure did, baby. I'm gonna go quit. I'm gonna get that corrected real quick.
Oh man, look, I was listening to some of it. I watched some of it. And let me first say, and I told you this last week because I told you this because I was listening to some of the game when I was driving home. Listening to a Washington game when Washington is good. That's what I'm talking about. Something fun. I mean, the excitement, the thrill. I'm sitting here yelling in my car, like, let's go. But watching that game, I mean, it wasn't just JD5. It wasn't just the offense. The defense played well. Special teams did what's necessary. I mean, this was a total team effort, Will. And we looked. I know we're still on the rise and we're still progressing. We looked like we were closer to the finish line than.
Yeah. I mean, here's what I think, and too bad Nathan's not watching just right now. But you know what I saw from this? This was a team that was, to coin his phrase, bought in to what they were doing.
Yep.
Like, I mean, it was, you saw it after the game when they gave the game ball to Cliff and everybody went nuts. You heard Zach Ertz came off the field and went right before he got in the locker room. He yelled out, "Beat down!" So this meant something to a couple of the guys there, and it just seems like this team is just really gelling early. Like all this stuff they said in the offseason when they're like, we're building a culture, we want commanders, we're identifying our core players, and you're just kind of like, yeah. Everybody says this, we get it, and then you get some guys like a Bobby Wagner to come in here and a Frankie Louvu, who have a standard and an expectation. And then all of a sudden you're like, is this what an efficient, franchise looks like, So it's totally new. And, you got to give a shout out to our ownership, and you got to give a shout out to Adam Peters and Dan Quinn, who looked at the schedule and said, we're not coming back home. We're going from Cincy to Arizona, and we're going to get used to. He goes, and Dan Quinn said, like, the first 2 days they're going to be tired, from playing the game and the time adjustment. He goes, but by game time, we're going to be adjusted and ready to go. And like for them to have that type of foresight, like it's just a completely new operation going on.
Oh, it is. It totally is. And Ab, we talked after week 1. And what are some of the things you were talking about? We don't look cohesive. We don't look like a unit. That team, they look like a family out there.
I swear to God, it was like Dan Quinn and Adam Peters were in our own chats listening to our critiques. Like,
come on.
I give us all the credit, guys. Like, we saw it and we projected it to them. And I honestly, I take full 100% on calling out what was the issue so that they could see what was wrong with them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, look, we got to give you 2 because you also called out that win on Monday night and said JD5 was going to ball out. You know what I mean? Now look, if I can nitpick, you did say he was going to throw an interception in that game, and he did not. So that's just a little nitpick. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
You're 1 week off, right?
I'm allowed to be off a little bit.
Right.
No, guys, this is the fact that they're growing. We're not used to that. Like, honestly, they're catching on. Like, every week, if they're able to see the mistake they made the previous week and adjust and apply it to the next game. And that is a beautiful thing to see. The fact that they're able to do that, guys, this is a new regime. Like, honestly, we were scared first week. First week, we were like, this looks like Ron's team again. Like this, like we absolutely thought that, but the fact that we were able to see the growth week to week to week, I'm excited, guys. By the time is it division? Our division games, division games kick in. This is like, and I think there's another level to this. I really do. I feel like, honestly, because we shown a different level this past weekend. I really think that there's another level come these division games, guys.
Oh yeah. And don't forget, we are 1-0 in the division already. So another prediction I had coming out that we will not lose a division game. Let's see if that one comes to fruition, but I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Look, let's move on into the offense. And honestly, we could pick anywhere you want to. You can go to JD5 throwing to 9 different ball catches. You can go to the running game having over 200 yards with just 3 ball carriers technically. There's so many different places. But Will, I think we got to talk about consistency. 16 straight scoring drives from the Giants game to this. This is not like the teams that we've covered over the last 4 years. No. Consistency, efficiency. Talk to us, Will. This is beautiful.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we've never seen anything like this. Even when Jay had good offenses, and even the RG3 2012, we never had any this type of offensive firepower we got. And one of the things that I was looking at, obviously, thank you for stealing all of my stats that I was going to talk about there, but we've already gone through that. But it goes to the overall, where the biggest thing that I see in this offense is I don't know when they line up whether we are running or throwing the ball. And there used to be times when we'd trot out number 82, Logan Paulson, and he'd be right next to the tight end, but it's going to be handoff.
Right.
Or Lorenzo Alexander would come in as tackle eligible, big number 79, like, we're running the ball here, 2 yards. They're going to try and run it. Like, everything just became so predictable. Or you're not running to Deshaun Jackson's side because he's not going to block the guy. And it's just, I don't know when we line up what we're doing. And I think you're seeing that with the team out there because, like you said, 9 different pass catchers. 3 guys ran for over 200 yards. They're getting chunk plays. They're getting chunk runs. They're getting chunk passes. JD is so efficient with the ball because I think he can, because I think we've got people right now through the first quarter of the season, just the defense is on their heels. And because they don't know if it's going to be a run or pass, all it takes is a second for that defender to be thinking, and the receivers passed him, or the runners already passed him, or JD5 has made his decision and he's either handing it off or keeping it. It's, it doesn't take much. And it's just a really, really dynamic offense right now that is fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, we can talk about, we can talk about the run game and the line and the wide receivers, but I mean, we were excited about how Jaden performed second week, third week, fourth. But when you look at the numbers, you just get even more excited. Game 1, 71% passing. Game 2, 79. Game 3 was the only 2 incompletion game where he had 91%. And this one, he had 86%. In the last 2 games, he only missed 6 passes total. I mean, what can you say negative? This guy is balling out, man.
So one thing that we need to give credit to, and I don't hear a lot of credit to it, is the pass catchers. Like they, but at the same time, Jaden's putting the ball where these guys can catch these balls. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's pinpoint. So honestly, to your point, Sean, like, he is balling out. He's balling out crazy. But there's two parts of pass and catch. You know what I'm saying? So we got to give credit to these pass catchers, because I'm trying to tell you, McCaffrey, like, yeah, he has the name, but the transition from quarterback to wide receiver, I was kind of sus. I thought it was going to take a few years for that. Journeyman like Zacchaeus. I'm sorry,
Zacchaeus.
Oh yeah, Zacchaeus.
Zacchaeus. There you go. Thank you. Bless you. So a journeyman like him, you know what I'm saying? You weren't really thinking that he was going to be much of anything. You know what I'm saying? And Terry, y'all know my criticism, Terry. It's still there, but that man can catch a ball, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He can catch a ball. So much credit to these receivers out there and doing their job and doing their part in catching this ball. Like, you can see that this team believes in this man. And honestly, that's part of it. Like, that's a very big part of this game, is believing in the person throwing you the ball. And they're catching the ball and not being scared of getting hit right after. Like, he's putting it in places that they're protected. And if you guys know, like, it's just like that's the difference between a quarterback that, like, is like about the game and is about his team. You can be about the game and not give a F about your team. But if you care about your guys, you're going to put it where they can catch it and they're safe to catch it too. And he is doing that all, like, hands down. And I'm trying to tell you that I love this man. Honestly, it's almost RG3 love. Like, it is, man. Like, I love me some RG3. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
I wanted to piggyback off the wide receiver talk, and you talk about cohesion, Ab. Alameda Zacchaeus is the guy. So this in week 4, he's our leading receiver. He also barely caught anything against the Bengals. He did nothing. And did you hear him complaining about it? No. Like, every single guy out here, every game we have a different leading receiver. That's what is so impressive to me right now. And some of the other guys, when they, Luke only had 1 catch, but it was a 17-yarder and it was a first down. That was an impactful play. Noah Brown only had 3 catches, but some of them were for first downs, or some of them were on 1st and 10. It became 2nd and 2. That was an impactful play that they're all contributing, and nobody is going around whining right now about catch totals right now. Yeah. And like you said, Terry didn't have the yardage, but I'll take 7 for 52 and a touchdown. He had an impact. You know what I mean? It's like, that's what has me so impressed with the wide receiver corps. Outside of Terry, they're a bunch of nobodies, but they're making plays.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
And the fact that they're going 100% on each play too, like not knowing that they're about to get the ball or not. They are running posts like they're about to get these balls, and we can, like, honestly, we can criticize a little bit how he doesn't throw the deep ball too much. Fine, don't care about that. He makes completions, yo, and he's moving his ball. And and then you got these players running these posts and don't even care, like running it 100 miles an hour and not even caring if they're going to get the ball or not. They're just going to run it as fast as they can, like they are going to get it. And I just love that, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. No, you're good, because I think we have to talk about that, because that's a prime example of what I think Cliff is doing. I mean, there was over 200 yards in the passing game, over 200 yards total in the rushing game. It's everybody's getting a look. The wide receivers, doesn't matter the name, they're getting looks. The running backs are. And to your point, Ab, he might not throw it deep, but damn if he isn't efficient, man. Was it 21 of 23 last week, and then in this game 26 of 30? I mean, he's safe with it. He's doing all the right things. And even on that interception, and hey, here's my nitpick. Even on that interception, I don't have a problem with that. Because if you look, he threw it sailed a little high, but if he gets that thing down, he hits Terry right here in the chest. You know, I don't think it was an egregious throw like we've seen before, where it's just like, no, Taylor, don't throw that. Don't throw that. You know what I mean? This one, you feel confident when he's throwing the ball, man. So we got to shout out Cliff for the play calling and how he's been able to kind of get the whole offense moving.
Yep. So, I agree.
But, you know, we can't stop. We can't go past this talking about offense without mentioning the running backs, baby, because JD5 is okay. But no quarterback can do their thing without that running game. I know, Ab. I know you know what I'm talking about, big dog.
I do, sir. I do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. You can't have a good offense without some good running backs.
Come on. But you know what? You know what? It's key that I love. Almost 40 carries. Okay. Now that is Coach Meyer in there. You know, running the ball every other. I mean, come on now. I mean, 40 carries, and on top of that, B-Rob's getting his touch. We all had a question: what was going to happen with Austin Eckler not in the lineup? And we always have talked about over the years, next man up. But the next man has never come up and been able to put in that type of performance. Jeremy McNichols, he went ahead and took the best of the opportunity and balled out in this game, man. And and you know what? I kind of think to your point of Will and Ab, everybody's just like, whenever you need me, I'm ready. And it just, they're together. The team is together, and it shows in this game, man. This offense was electric.
Yeah. Well, and you know, the other thing that was important about McNichols was his runs were impressive, especially that second touchdown. He also, for the second game in a row, had key blocks in pass protection.
Yes.
And that's kind of the stuff that we don't see in preseason, to know what the coaches are seeing out there, to know what is the mentality of the players, what is their IQ out there, play recognition. You know, but he's been in this league for multiple years. He came from San Francisco, you know, along with Adam Peters. So clearly Peters saw something in him, you know, that was like, I'm going to bring him in here. So, I mean, obviously kudos to him for getting his chance, because he's bounced around a lot, but he showed that he can do a whole lot more than just run the ball, which is huge.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Go ahead.
Can we honestly, I don't think any of us picked him to make the team.
You did. I had Riley. Wait, let's go back to the videotape.
Go rewind it.
Wait. Where's my challenge flag? Where's my challenge?
I literally said, because Adam Peters brought this guy in.
He didn't get much love, but to my point, I don't think he got much love in the preseason at all. Like, I think it was a lot of work from everybody else, and you're like, okay, this guy's got to make it. Yeah. But to my point, I myself did not think he was going to make the team, and honestly, journeyman, like, to me, it's like half and half, and especially if they're not the starter, you know what I'm saying? It's like half and half. They're going to make the team, but honestly, the fact that this man made the team, and he was active correct me if I'm wrong. He's been active every week, but just haven't gotten any playing time. And the fact that he was able to make the most of when he finally got that call, I love it, guys. I do. It's something, honestly, because once Austin Eckler gets better, he's just going to go right back down to that not playing. You know what I'm saying? And that's almost a crime, but at the same time, it's just, that's what it is. And I think he's okay with it. I think everyone's okay with it. They're okay with, I'm here when you need me. Just like that mentality. And I'm okay with it too. I really am.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing what winning can do. People are guys are willing to take on less of a role if there's going to be success and if you're having fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And real quick, I think we have to address a position group that we were very unsure about, and that's that O-line. with the exception of Cosme, we were kind of looking at some of these guys like, well, maybe Tyler Biadasz coming from Dallas, but Allegretti, I know I was questioning, and we were all on here when Brandon Coleman was announced the starter, and was like, okay, maybe they see something in him, maybe they know what's going on. But in this game, no sacks. I mean, now Jaden helps with, how mobile he is, but with the exception of like the Giants game where I think we gave up 5 sacks, every other game has been like 1, maybe 1 or 2. I mean, this is leaps and bounds. This is so far leagues away from what it was last year. I was thinking away. It's long ways away from what Sam had to deal with last year. That's what I wanted to say. You know what?
I wanted Sean to say, this is leaps and bounds better than Sam Howell. That's what I was waiting for.
All right, man, that got it. We're doing better. Oh, man. Sam, hey, if you could, hey, I still got my eye on you, buddy. Oh, geez. But look, this O-line is coming together. And to y'all's point, man, everybody is involved. Everybody's getting a piece. This is the first time, Will, you alluded to, that we scored over 40 points since I think that Dallas game on Thanksgiving. And we scored like 41. Right. And this is the last time we scored 42 points was, I believe, in like 2016 or something like that. Like it's been a while.
Probably was it the Packer game? I think.
Yeah,
we might have put up 40. Well, you're talking about the offensive line, and you're talking, one guy who's just got shredded in the last he's played 17, he's played 21 games in Washington, was Andrew Wiley.
Yeah,
you're not hearing as awful things about him right now. Now, I'm not trying to say this guy's career is resurrected, because I still believe that JD5 is preventing some of these sacks. He can avoid some of it. Yeah. But one of the things that Wiley said on the touchdown run was, he was like, what was so cool out there? He was like, Jaden is a patient runner. He goes, he allowed myself to get out there. He allowed Cosme to get out there for us to get him some blocks. He's like, so often quarterbacks just want to run as fast as they can and get to where they need to. And he took his time. He said, and he let me get out there, and I cleared a path. And then the other guy, and it just continues to show how much fun they're having out there.
Yeah.
And that's the most I'm gonna praise Wiley. Okay, that's all I can say.
Is he still here? Go ahead, Ab. What's up?
So to my point, and you said this, so I have to bring up the one situation in practice that actually happened to me. Will, yes, I'm telling you my Al Bundy when I was in high school days story. Okay, yes. So I still remember Coach Meyer. We were in first teams and everything like that, and I get the handoff, and once I get the handoff, I'm in there, and then I get hit on the line. You know what I'm saying? I get hit almost immediately. Then the lineman yells at me. He's like, "Wait for me to get there. Wait for me to get there." Coach Meyer jumps in his ass, and he's like, "It's your job to get there. It's your job to get there. You get there." And so
I probably have seen this part. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna step back."
So you know what I'm saying? Because our job is to get the ball and run. You know what I'm saying? And it's the lineman's job to get there and get that hit. Like sometimes there's not a time to finesse, and I don't know whether I'm not calling anybody and how their work ethic is, but sometimes it's easy to go through the motions. That's what I'm saying. And so it's so sometimes it's not, my point is, it's just, there's not a time. Sometimes it's not, you're not able to finesse your way through the line like JD5 is able to do. Okay. And so that's all it was, is a running back's greatest weapon is his speed. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody's a JD5 that can just pick and choose step by step.
Mm-hmm. When you say not everybody, who you talking about, Ab? You ain't talking about 14 now, are you?
Not at all, sir.
You know what? let's just get this out there, okay? I put myself on the line over the last 3 years for these other quarterbacks, and altogether they don't have what Jaden has. I am willing to admit it. All right, this is the best guy we've had in a very long time, and I, for one, I'm on the hype train. I'm on board, guys. I'm on board.
I mean, it's easy to be, but you're right. Yes,
man. Look, but to y'all's points, and we can talk offense all day, but it's also in the numbers. We're third overall in points. We're third in rushing total. We get almost 170 yards a game, and then we're sixth in total offense. We're 12th in the pass, but that's because it's such, a balance between run and the pass in this offense. So these are numbers. We're normally at the bottom half of the offensive categories and stuff like that. So to see that we're this high like this, man, it just speaks. The proof's in the pudding, man. And I'm absolutely, I love it. I love it.
Absolutely. Yep. Yes, it is.
So look, let's go ahead and move on to the defense. And Will, so if I say how good we are on offense, on defense by the numbers, it does not look that great. But before we get to that, you look at this game, and I think more than the numbers, I think the numbers won't describe how we game planned for them. How we were able to, Marvin Harrison got right off the bat, got his touchdown. And then what did he really do rest of the game? You know what I mean? Sammer's still playing outside. Our guys kind of playing all over the place. And the defense, we did great in this game. We held them to 14 points, and it helps to have a great offense. But talk to us about overall what this defense is right now.
Yeah, I mean, they had a significant step up in improving today or on Sunday. I mean, the first drive started off and it was more of the same. It was, we gave up a whole bunch of rushing yards. James Conner shredded us. It was like, oh boy, that was pretty easy. And then, I mean, they had over 175 yards rushing, but after that first drive, honestly, it didn't feel like it. I was looking at their stats after, right before the show, and I was surprised Connor got over 100 yards. I was surprised Dumerville or whatever the guy's name is got 50 yards. I don't remember seeing them run it like that to get those yards. So that was kind of surprising. I feel like they kind of made some adjustments, but we had plays from our defensive line. Dorrance Armstrong. I've been saying, where is this guy? We brought this on. You're now playing starter minutes. Where you been? He was credited with 1.5 sacks. He was involved in two sacks. He and one of them was one of the first times we stopped the Cardinals and kind of got the momentum shifting. So he kind of helped flip the game like that. Allen and Payne each got a sack. One for Allen, half for Duran, but they were involved in it. Our DBs, my biggest thing I can say, they didn't suck on Sunday. Like, there was a play where Forbes, he turned and burned and stuck with the guy. I was like, did this man just learn some technique? Has he been coached up? Like, is it working? St. Juice was solid. He wasn't spectacular. I don't think he is spectacular, but if he can play solid, great. You said it. Sanders still made some improvements on the outside. And we also had the other guy, Noah I'm not going to try to pronounce Igbenogany.
Yeah. You got it. I think you got it.
I'm pretty close. Bram Weinstein's really good at it, and so I can hear him. But, he showed that we can move Mikey outside because he can play the slot. Yeah, he gave up a touchdown to Marvin Harrison Jr. on the first drive of the game. But okay, it was a great throw too. And that's going to happen. Now, I'll also say this. How did this happen? Like, I can't tell you what did we do to make improvements. I had said that I wanted us to double Harrison Jr. I had said I want Quan Martin on top of wherever he goes. That's where Quan goes. I don't know if they did that. I also don't know if maybe the play calling for Arizona was really bad and they didn't keep, going with what was working, or they didn't keep forcing it to Harrison Jr. the way they could. But regardless, our defense played a whole lot better. And it kind of sounds like the coaches were anticipating an improvement, that they were seeing, baby steps in practice. And so they weren't so surprised by it. But absolutely, a much improved game from them.
Oh yeah. And I mean, it helps when your offense puts up 42 points and you're not having to play from behind or hold a lead or a tie or something like that. But to Will's point, the D line, which we've talked about, has been something we've been worried about. They showed up and did what they needed to, but the secondary kept everything in front of them. After that first touchdown by Harrison, he only had 4 of the catches for 45 yards. He really didn't do much on the offense. Wilson only had 3. Dortch only had 4. Like, we kept most of the stuff in front of us. So what are your thoughts about this defense, especially going forward?
I was just there it is. So the way that they were playing was like time of possession, like it was a overwhelmingly time of possession on the Washington part. But right here it says 33 and a half minutes to 26 minutes. That's not a big number. But honestly, the way that the Washington's offense was playing, it seemed like they were always on the damn field, yo. Like I don't remember much of Arizona's offense on the field at all. I really don't. Like, honestly, and Washington just seemed like they were just eating up the clock. Mm-hmm. And a point that I wanted to make before is I was watching Dan Orlovsky go over Washington's like one series, like scoring series for a touchdown. They did like a 10 series no call, like no huddle. Yes. Like it was insane. And and to your point, Will, it wasn't predictable. Like, you know what I'm saying? Usually when they do the no huddles, same formations, they were all over the place. Like it was insane. And they were just no huddling. And I believe the rule is if the offense doesn't substitute, defense can't substitute. Mm-hmm. So you got these tired Arizona Cardinals. Almost feel bad for them, but F them. Like, you know what I'm saying? But Washington was just play after play after play after play. And it lasted like 10 plays, y'all. It really did. Because Arizona kind of made a stand in the red zone. But sometimes you just got to, like what happens is you just give in, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you just don't have it anymore. And that, if that is our identity, guys, and we're able to turn that on anytime, this is a dangerous team. It is dangerous. I know I just went back to the offense, but the point I'm trying to make is if we continue to do this, defense is going to be ready for any offense that is out there.
Oh yeah.
It's going to look like a good defense is a well-rested defense. Let me say that. And to me, I love that. I love that we're giving our defense time. Usually we're 3 and outs. Like, damn, we got to go out there again. That was
we're just out there, right?
Like, y'all can't. No.
Yeah.
Like, that was their defense. Now they're well rested. They're rested and they can't wait to get back out there. And when you have that mentality to go back out in defense, honestly, you're ready for anything. And then you got middle linebackers like Wagner and Lowe, bro. Y'all saw the video I saw.
Oh yeah,
of Lowe hyping up the locker room.
Come on,
scream myself and join the team to do this same shit. I got goosebumps.
Let's go. But yo, to your point, that time of possession was so huge. Part of that was we were 9 of 12 on third down. We stayed on the field. But the bigger part and sticking with the defense, they were 4 of 11. We made sure that our defense was able to get off the field on third down. And that is something that has not happened in a while. And something that we were able to do this year. We held them under 300 yards. Like, we as a unit on defense just looked like we were prepared and looked like we knew what was going on. After that first punch, like you said, Will, and our offense got going, our defense just looked like I'm not going to sit here and say 85, all that crap. No, I'm not going to go there. But I'm going to say that they just looked like they were a shut down, or like they looked like they knew what was coming and they were prepared for it. And I love that. That's coaching.
Well, so this was a play that I saw happen, and I was like, oh my gosh, this shows like this is why you bring in a Bobby Wagner. This shows how much football IQ he has. This was and it could have been a coaching situation. We got burned by Malik Neighbors running all kinds of drag routes when we were going in man-to-man coverage. Yeah. And they ran a drag route with Harrison Jr. And I think that's one of the hardest, if you get the field, one of the hardest routes to cover. We saw last week, Luke McCaffrey. Jaden could have hit him in the first window. He waited till he passed the middle linebacker, hit him in the second one. So I think it's a really difficult route to defend. And right off the bat, our corner, no, I'm not, knocking him. But, he was ready to go back, and Harrison Jr. cut it across the field, and he was burnt. I don't know if it was Noah or if it was Sanders still, but he was covered. Well, Bobby Wagner, to talk about the coaching that's happened out there, kept his eyes forward the entire time, looking at the quarterback, but he took a step back and bumped right into Marvin Harrison Jr. But because he's looking forward, you can't call defensive pass interference. He's just playing defense out there. And it knocked off the route. It took away that play, and they had to punt the ball. I don't know where Kyler threw it. He had to throw it a check down, whatever. But I was just like, oh my gosh. They just showed how you can defend that route. Because for years in Washington, we've been killed by that. Usually it's tight ends that do it. It's wide receivers. Neighbors killed us early in it. That's where it was like, I was seeing this, like, Ab, you're talking about all like what was happening on offense, but on defense too, it's like, are these coaches watching film and going like, we know how to fix this, guys? Like, we've been talking about this all-star coaching lineup. And is it a situation where it's like they just need to get out there, see what we're doing, and say, all right, this is how we fix it. I'm not gonna praise the defense and say I've got a whole lot of confidence in them still, but it was a whole lot better. No, yeah, it was just a whole lot better.
Yeah, look, Will, Scott's in the comments. He's saying, "Oh, Will looks happy." We all look happy. All right. Shout out to Ben. He said, "I know it's early, but it's cool to see the Commanders doing good again." Now, normally, Ben, that would be a compliment, but I know how you felt about Sam. So is that a shot at my guy? Because if it is, Ben, and then my Orioles lost today, so that's a double shot, Ben. Leave me alone. And then he said, by the way, St. Juice is a great name. Hey, and let's hope that play emulates the name. Look, the defense, there's definite room for improvement, but to have a performance like this against a team like Arizona that put up 41 on the Rams, but 2 weeks before that, truly it's impressive. It's all around team effort, but it was good to see our defense look good, yes. And not have to be on the field like you're talking about for 5-10 play drives, and not have to be getting torched left and right. This is one of those games where I was worried because Marvin Harrison Jr., I thought that he was going to have a field day a la what Jamar Chase did last week. But when you really think about it, yes, he had those 2 touchdowns, but Chase only had 6 receptions. Yeah. Marvin Harrison only had 5. You know what I mean? So we're clearly getting their guy. Nobody's doing us like Malik Neighbors did us with the 10, 11 receptions and over 100 and all that stuff. So we got a lot of improvement, but the coaching staff, the players are bought in, and it looks good. It looks good. Now, yes. to the place that we really don't have to talk that much about, the special teams, I'll say this. We had our first punt this week since the 4th quarter of the Tampa game. Oh, gosh. I'm just going to send it to y'all first. What? Cool.
You're doing Janae's work, man. Come on, bro. Come on. You're giving her the layup, man. Come on.
Yo, the special teams looks great. And look, look, Ab, I'm going to throw this to you. We got a kicker, man. We knew we had a punter, but now we know we got a kicker, man. And it feels good because he's been hitting everything.
Guys, before we get there, what's his longest kick?
Well, I
About
think
45 yarder.
Yeah.
45. Yeah. Like,
He hasn't missed though.
He's doing his job. Like,
yeah,
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
We're just saying something this year. Come on.
My man's doing his job, okay?
Earned his paycheck again.
And I'm happy about it. Like, I love it. Like, and I even picked them up on some of my fantasy leagues. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my man is 100%. When he's cold, he does his job. He sits the hell down and he waits for his next call up. Okay, I likes this. I likes this, but he hasn't won a game yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, he hasn't hit 100%. And then when the team is like score for score with the other team, and then we are driving, and he has to make a 45er, a 50. You know what I'm saying? Worst, like, he hasn't done that yet. So right now we got a kicker that does his job. I'm have him win a game. You get what I'm saying? Yes. And then I'll be like, sign this man right now.
Well, he did win the Giants game for us. He did win the Giants game. He kicked 7 inside of 45. Right.
35. Yeah, he definitely
killed them all. He got them all, baby. Let's go.
But guys, he goes out there and he does the job. Honestly, I love that. It's just there's another mode that I'm looking for from our kicker, and that's when the game is on the line. Away field, can he hit that? Hit that Vinatieri?
Right.
That's what it is. Can he hit the Vinatieri?
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. Go ahead, I will.
I was saying I mean, he's been hitting makeable kicks, the stuff he should be hitting. The only thing I'll give him though, he's putting that stuff right down the middle. Like, he's not Joey Slide, Dustin Hopkins sneaking it in these the uprights where you're like, okay, that counts. Okay, that counts for 3, you know. But yeah, like, as soon as he kicks, I'm like, whoa, all right, that's right down the pipe. All right, let's do it, you know. But you're right. It's like I'm happy he's doing his job. I'm not going out there to get his jersey anytime soon, because it's like, you got to show me, and can you hit something more than 50? You know, hate to say it, but the dude from Dallas just hit it from like 60.
It's true.
Yeah.
But Dallas is 2-2, and we're 3-1. So Austin, my guy, you are the next big thing. I believe, as long as you don't got to kick a 46 and up, you're good for me, man. You're good for me. But with that, Tressway obviously had his first punt on that. You know, it's kind of still good to see. He got his leg warm and everything like that. Then Alamadi Zacchaeus, only the one real return. I mean, special teams used to be our MVP. They used to be we were always doing something, trying to kick a field goal, always punting, and return game. Crowder was decent, but he wasn't kind of production that we get in this year. To have it this way, where the special teams really isn't as much of a factor. I mean, well, in that Giants game, it was a huge factor, but since this offense has gotten going, the special teams has kind of been non-existent, and I'm kind of okay with that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you see the thing where a joke when they were in Arizona, Tress was sitting there icing his hands. He's like, guys, man, they've got a lot of work here. I got to keep these things ready to go. You know, I mean, that's a really good thing when you know, so obviously it's not sustainable, but it's certainly nice. And I mean, I keep, you know, the other part about it is we kick off to make the tackle. They have that much confidence in their coverage units. And when they go down there a couple times, they have some hits on their ball carry, and it just kind of sets the tone. And so it just shows that another area. Now, it was the Cardinals, who are not very good, but it just shows another area of this team that is just buttoned up. Is the easiest way I can describe them.
Yeah. It's a whole team effort, complementary football, and I'm all for it. I'm absolutely all for it, man. So, hey, offense, defense, special teams. Look, this is a whole new team Okay, we got, believe the number was like 30 some odd new players from this year, since last year, and it's amazing. But with the trade deadline coming up soon, there have been rumors elsewhere of people that are not happy where they're at and maybe looking for a new destination. And our name has been tied with one of these guys. Ab, I'm going to come to you first. Mr. DeVante Adams in Las Vegas seemingly said he played his last down over there, and Coach Antonio Pierce liked the post, and the Raiders are open to trade ideas, rumors. We've been tied to this a little bit. The Jets also, where with Aaron Rodgers and whatnot. First of all, would you make this move? And second, what could this mean for us?
So, I also read this. I sent you guys the obviously the memes about this and everything like that, and I was just like, this is crazy. DeVante, so from what I understand of the man, I understand he's a family man. I understand he's a father. And right there, that would probably be my number one driving force. He moved to Las Vegas to be closer to his family. You know what I'm saying? And so that was a big part of his move. So if he's going to be traded somewhere, even though he doesn't, I don't even think he has the no trade clause. I don't even think he has that. But I think he has enough juice to be like, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. So I think he has enough juice to say at least that, and they respect that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he's going to, in saying that, I don't think he's going to go to Washington. He's not going to come to Washington. Does he respect what Jaden's doing over here? Yes. But at the same time, it's unfamiliar ground. And I just don't see this move happening, especially you look at Adam Peters, and I'll take this from Will's book, is that the compensation to bring DeVante Adams over here, I just don't see Peters doing that. Peters, he's a frugal man, and I likes that. I likes that with his picks. He's a frugal man, and he's like, I'm not paying that. And if he does pay that, he's going to get a fourth or something back along with it, because of the word is Las Vegas wants at least a second and some. And so that second, that's wrong answer right there. Second for DeVante Adams, from what I understand of his contract, it's about $40 million against the cap next year. That's a no-go for over 30-year-old wide receiver. That is off the grip. And if we're making any trades, defensive end or cornerback.
Yeah.
How I see it. And because if we do want another wide receiver, that price is going to have to come way the hell down. And second round, that's a no-go. And I don't even think we were trying to do second round for Ayuk. So, guys, what do you think?
No, I look. Well, I agree. Well, I'll send it to you because once we did not pull the trigger on the Ayuk deal, that kind of told me everything I needed to see, because I agree that I don't think that they're not trying to put that money into it. That $40 million, they're not trying to spend that money on a guy. And when you bring in somebody like that, he, just like Ayuk, he knows what he wants. He needs to get his touches. He needs to get his numbers. What did we talk about today? 9 different guys getting the reception, and everybody is kind of like, hey, let me get in where I fit in. He's somebody that says, I'm here, now give me the ball. You know what I mean? So what we have in this culture right now is very good, but it's still kind of fragile. We need to make sure that we protect that going forward. And he, not saying he's going to be a diva and bring all that, but he has had that history. Yeah, go ahead.
I just real quick, it's in their contract too, Sean. They have to be a diva if they're not getting the ball. And it's in their contract to hit their bonuses. They have to get a number of receptions. They have to get a number of yardage. And so that is why these players, once they get paid, they become divas, is because they're like, look, you're messing up my money now.
Right.
You're messing with my money now.
Like CD.
So you get what I'm saying? So they get irritated. You saw Tyreek Hill on Monday night get irritated, not because they were losing. No, it's okay when you're losing and getting your yardage. It's not okay when you're losing and not getting your yardage, not getting your catches. That is the issue. And just to your point, Sean, he's going to come up here and expect a certain number. He's going to expect a number about 10 targets.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Sorry, Will. I needed to interject.
You're good. You're good. No, I was a little bit surprised with your answer, and I might surprise you a little bit with mine too. So I don't consider Adams and Ayuk to be apples and apples. This is apples and oranges to me. And when I read that he wanted a second round pick, like there's like a second in the player, I'm like, second round pick and Jonathan Allen, like that is a interesting idea. DeVante Adams he's not a Pro Bowl player. He is an all-pro player. If you look at his stats in Vegas, the 2 years he's been in Vegas, his first year, both years he's had over 100 catches. The first year he had over 1,500 yards and 14 touchdowns. Last year he had over 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns with garbage quarterbacks thrown to him. So this guy is he is a top 3 wide receiver in the league. That he is a game changer. And if someone is making a trade, they're giving a second and a player, I think they're getting a really good deal on that. A pretty good deal on it. The problem is that contract, like Ab said, is over $40 million next year. It's over $40 million in 2026. So you're kind of looking at a 2-year deal. You can get out of it in 2026, but you pay an $8 million hit just to cut the guy. So you're really looking at a 2-year deal. And so then you're looking at, is Washington a team that guy's going to put them over the top? Yes, it would help Jaden Daniels to have a receiver of his stature. I've watched enough Packer games with my in-laws in town that Aaron Rodgers would just chuck it up there to him, and Adams would catch it. Like, their offense at times was in sync, and other times it was just BS. Like, go get it. I'm not going to get touched. I'm not going to get sacked. Here you go. Go catch it. It drove me nuts. But that's not where we're at. It's exciting to be 3-1. It's really exciting to be the talk of the league right now. But who have we beat? We beat the Cardinals. We beat the Bengals. We beat the Giants. Show me we can make this deal when we're beating Dallas, when we're shutting down the Eagles wide receivers, when we're showing that we are ready to be a contender, and we're not there. You know, we want to spend in year 2 and 3, because by year 3, with the way Jaden's going and the cast, space that we have, we should be having a playoff roster, contending roster. And having someone like DeVante Adams would be huge. It would be. But that's not our team. So he needs to go and pick Derek Carr or Aaron Rodgers. He can go pick one of his 2 favorite quarterbacks that he likes, goes play for them. Because we are not, like you said, Ab, we are not the franchise for him right now. Yeah. But I mean, I think a second and a player for him, I think that is I'm at the table, I'm listening, but we're not that franchise right now.
Is this opposite day? Like,
y'all was just about to say that. I was like, did we just become best friends? Right.
Oh, man. Yo, somebody in the comments said DeVante to the Steelers. Y'all think that's a possibility?
They should. I mean, yeah. I don't know if he wants to play for Justin Fields. If he doesn't, I would rather play for Jaden than Justin. But yeah.
So my I scoffed at your offer. You said Jonathan Allen, because honestly, Jonathan Allen up for trade discussions. I do think we do try and trade him. The more likelihood of us trading him if we are losing at the trade deadline is it's higher for us to trade him if we are losing at the trade deadline. Let me say that. I think, but if we put Jonathan Allen on the table, it would have to be player for player. I don't think I would give a second round 2 on top of that. It would be a straight up Adams for Allen kind of thing for me. Adding a second, and if we adding a pick, it would have to be something like 4th rounder for that. Like, and that might even be too much. Jonathan Allen in the right system, he could be a 10-sack defensive tackle. You get what I'm saying? And that's a game changer. Not in our system, but in the right system, like a defensive coach, like if they're defensive minded or something like that, someone that's like, yeah, this guy's a baller. And because, for example, Sweat, they don't know what they're doing on offense in Chicago, but on defense, they're letting that dude loose. And honestly, if we send Allen to a defensive-minded coach or who at least knows what they have and just lets him go, he might be in the tier. This is just – I know this sounds crazy, but he might even be in the tier of Chris Jones. So – like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know, I see y'all faces. That stink face.
Okay. I know Janae's not here, but I got to give you
that. Make me crazy.
In the right system, give him a defensive tackle. I'm sorry, give him a defensive end. Like Dallas. If he went to Dallas, I think he would. They wouldn't know what to do on the defensive line, so they would have to let the defensive tackle go at it with the center and the guard. You get what I'm saying? And then it'd be 1-on-1. They can't double Allen. You know what I'm saying? It would be too messed up. And Dallas doesn't have a run game, so Allen right up the middle every damn time. 10 sacks a year, guys.
Yeah.
I'm calling it right there. 10 sacks a year. Right there.
Do it here with us. Just wish you can do it here.
Right.
Oh, me. So consensus. Are we all right now? We're all out on this? Or sorry. Oh, you're out on it still?
I'm out. I don't want to do it. Yeah. Okay. We're not for him.
You made a very good point though, saying that it's not the right time. Like Adams should be on you make this move when you're on a contender.
Yes.
I don't think we're contenders yet. You said it too. Right. Not contenders yet. And I that is the emphasis part on that whole statement is we're not contenders yet. Adams is towards the end of his career. Mm-hmm. He wants to get paid, but at the same time win. And he needs to be on a contender willing to heed his requirements. So yes, and we're not there yet.
Right.
No, we're not.
That's why there have been talks. I've heard people say link the Chiefs name with the Chiefs and him together, but the Raiders ain't going to trade in division. They're not going to send it to one of their rivals in division. So I
don't know if the Chiefs have the money for it either, though.
Yeah, that's a bit. I mean, he's got it's $30 million this year. That's a lot, but someone could take that on. But then the next year, the $44 million is what it is. That's high.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a quick breather and then come back and talk to you about this game we have coming up. Stay with us. Yeah, buddy. That is my guy. And that's our guy, Anton Benton, creator of Awesome Artisans. That's awesome_artisans on Instagram. The guy will travel. He lives in Virginia Beach, but he will come north, south. Matter of fact, just hit him up yesterday, and I believe he's linked up now with Angie's List. So he got a call from one of the reps at Angie. They sent him to do a couple TV repairs and TV mountings on the wall and stuff like that. Drove about an hour and a half down to somewhere in North Carolina, set it up, and came all the way back. He does that. He'll travel. He'll do whatever. The guy's blowing up, so you got to get to him so that he can put you on the schedule because his scheduling book is blowing up, man. So shout out to our guy doing big things. We got to shout him out. And anytime that jazz is on, you know it's a good day. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But look, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
Go on. You know what it is.
Get that old soul like that. That's nice, man.
Yo, 3-1 Washington going on into the month of October. Next, we are playing the Cleveland Browns, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to be honest, we've done some research, we've done some looking, but this is the AFC North team. I'm not super familiar with a lot of Cleveland. We know Deshaun Watson at quarterback, obviously Myles Garrett, on edge, Denzel Ward. They have one of the premier defenses a year ago. Their defense is, top 10 this year, 10th total in pass, but they're 19th against the rush and 17th in total points. Their offense, on the other hand, not so great. Almost second to last in total offense, 28th in pass, 25th in rush, and 26th overall in points scored. So, guys, this is just very doable game. But Will, I'll come to you first. On paper, this looks like us going against a solid veteran team with playmakers all over the place. Some reason they have not been able to consistently put that together this season. What do you think?
Yeah. I look at this roster, and the roster construction is pretty impressive. They've got 3 really good pass catchers in Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, and Elijah Moore. All of those guys are weapons. They have done a really good job of drafting and making shrewd free agent signings to have a really solid offensive line. They got our guy, Zach Zinter. He's already starting, guys. Remember, all in the draft, we kept talking about he's injured, he's going to fall. He's starting in Cleveland already. He was one of those guys who were like, this is a value pick because of that injury. So on paper, they've got a really good, team. It's just not putting together. Now they're down a running back, Nick Chubb being out. I don't know a whole lot about Ford. I tried to pick him up last year in fantasy. He was terrible. So I don't think he's good this year. I'm just going to assume that.
Out of Cincinnati, baby.
But, here's what I do remember. Deshaun Watson, in a game where it was, if we win, we're basically in the playoffs. He tore us apart at FedEx Field. We were the only game that he showed that he had any bit of semblance to the Houston Texans, Deshaun. And that may be the only time in this 2 or 3 years that he's been starting in Cleveland that he's looked like the old Deshaun.
Isn't that when he came back for his first game?
Yeah. And we were so pathetic that he torched us. We couldn't stop his run. We couldn't stop his passing. We couldn't, so, the rest of the league has figured him out. The last time we played it, we haven't. So I'm just hoping that these coaches can do a better job because, as you said, on paper, offense, defense, Cleveland has some really good players. They've got some studs, some Myles Garretts. They've got Zadarius Smith. They've got Denzel Ward and Greg Newsome at the corners. They've got JOK. Could have been a commander, So they've got players. They've got good coaches, I feel like. Jim Schwartz is a great defensive coordinator. Stefanski was great in Minnesota, which is how he became the head coach of the Browns. So this is just one of those franchises where I'm like, what is going on? Why are you guys not better?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Ab, I mean, yeah.
I would just like I'd answer that, and to be contrary on what you're saying, Will, I say it is the coaching. It has to be the coaching. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they sometimes coaching doesn't fit the players, sometimes players don't fit the coaching. And on our team, we're finally getting coaching that actually fits our players, and like it's like built for this coaching staff, and it's wonderful. How long has this head coach had with Deshaun? What, 3 years now, maybe?
He's been in Cleveland 4 years, I think. Yeah, 3 years with him.
Yeah, and it's not working. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And then you finally get to a point you have to choose between your quarterback and your coach. They're getting to the point where, because you can't choose, because I don't know. I don't know his contract like that, but I still think you got like another 2 years where you can financially get out of Deshaun Watson's contract. Yeah. So that means you need to give up on the coach. So this year is a hot seat year for their head coach. And I mean, right now it's just show all these games that they could win too. Like that's the thing. It's these games that they can win and they just lose and shit the bed, guys. And the fact that they're losing these games is just more emphasis on that something needs to change in Cleveland. But I don't care about that because we're going against them, and I'm all about their little dump fire over there. So let's go out there and get. I'm trying to tell you, we elevating every single way. We need to get 50 of these Bama's, bro. That's what I'm looking for. We need to get 50 on them.
5-0. Let's go.
0. That's what I want to see, guys. I'm trying to see. That will honestly, you can't tell me nothing. If we 50-0 on Cleveland next week, I'm doing my McGregor walk. You know what I'm saying? Just I'm trying to tell you, y'all can't tell me shit about my team if we do 50-0 on Cleveland next week.
Look, I'm with you, man. Look. This is not the same Cleveland team, or at least not the same Cleveland defense from a year ago that was number one. And to that point, they got to the playoffs last year, but they got to the playoffs with Joe Flacco at the helm. Deshaun wasn't even there. So clearly there's something going on there with Deshaun. They're 1-3 this year. Dallas put that hurt on them. They didn't really score till later in the ball game. They barely beat Jacksonville. And for those of you who don't know, Jacksonville's 0-4 this season in a dumpster fire. They lost to a Raiders team that's subtly imploding, and they lost to the New York Football Giants. Okay, now I know we can't sit here and say much because we beat them with 7 field goals, but we still got the dub, so we can't talk. Let's go. but to your point, they haven't looked great, and it's the pieces. Yes, we know they're there. I mean, that wide receiver core: Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Elijah Moore from Ole Miss. I mean, those guys are solid. JOK, 19th total tackle. Garrett and 5th in sacks. No interceptions by their secondary. So clearly, I mean, there's something ain't working in Cleveland right now. Stefanski, they were talking about him last year. You know, is he on his way out? Well, no, the defense, and they got to the playoffs and yada, 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 but they didn't look good in that game. So I think the question becomes, really realistically looking at this game, we should stop these guys. Like, we should beat them pretty bad. Their offense is not that great. But how would we do that, Will? What do we need to focus on to get this game in our direction?
Is this keys to victory?
Oh no, I'm just throwing out.
Yeah, well, I mean, for some of it's going to have to be we got to make them essentially one-dimensional. Yusa guy said his name. Is it Jeremy Ford? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's spelled like Jerome, but I'm with you, Jeremy. We can't let him beat us. We can't let that be a thing. And I mean, I'll tell you what could be the problem right now. There's two areas with this team we got to be worried about. One is their receivers.
It is.
I mean, it is Jerome?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, their three receivers could torch us, our corners. They absolutely can. And then the other thing is going to be their pass rush. This is going to be a good test. We've been, praising our offensive line. We've been praising the fact that Brandon Coleman's getting more and more snaps and is looking better. He was graded very high against the Cardinals, but you've got Myles Garrett and you've got Zadarius Smith on that team. So I think this is going to be a good test for our offensive line to see how much have they improved. Because, like I said, the Browns have players that could be forceful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sleeping on them. I'll say that.
Yeah. This is we talk about games in the past that we should have come in and whooped them, and we lay an egg because we play down to the competition. I'm trying to think that this is a team that's better coached and that will take care of business. Am I safe to think that? Are we on a new path right now, or is this one of those that's like,
No, because I'm gonna say this. I agree with Will on this, is because just from a player's point of view, they match up very well on our weaknesses. Defensive line, our O line should, hands down, they should win that. Their wide receivers, our cornerbacks, our secondary, they own that. You get what I'm saying? They should make this a very uncomfortable game, theoretically. Okay, if you're just talking player, and what's that? I think the downfall is that there's something in that organization that's not clicking, and that's what I'm homing in on, and that is what I am banking on in how we play. We're vibing, we're streaking, we're doing everything right now, guys. Mm-hmm. But it is a team like Cleveland that could totally interrupt that, and it's very possible. And and I'll say it again, they match up very well against our weaknesses.
Yes.
And it's our job to find what those to get around that, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I can't comfortably, do I want a 50-0 all day? Come on. But it's now that we're sitting here discussing apples, oranges, potato, tomato, whatever, it's hard to see, guys. It's hard to see, because Cleveland could do an upset. Honestly, it's three. We only we're only projected to win by 3 points, or Vegas is only giving us 3 points. You know what I'm saying? And that's for a reason.
Yeah.
It's definitely not much. Look, yeah. So I mean, look, it's interesting, and without any further ado, let's go ahead and move on so we can let these people know our keys to victory. And if you guys know, I got some new keys. This is the house that Jaden, as somebody that's been a new fan, he gives us houses now. Yep. I don't know if you know. So I got a piano in the background. You know what I mean? Sam didn't do this for me. Sam didn't do this for me. So this jersey will not last much longer because JD5 has stolen my heart. Hey, my man. Let's go. All right, man.
It might not be valid any longer in the league because he's going to be out of the league next year. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Okay. Oops. Okay. Something happened to Ab. Now, yo, ladies and gentlemen, this is the keys to victory, where we go around and give two of our keys. Go around once, give one, and go around a second time, and give our keys to victory on how we could get this done this weekend. Will, I'm going to come to you first. What is your first key to victory against the Browns?
Yeah, it's going to be John Bates and the tight end chip. All right. on Myles Garrett or Zadarius Smith. I think mostly on Myles Garrett. We should not be going into there thinking that Cornelius Lucas and Brandon Coleman can go one-on-one against Myles Garrett.
Right.
And the times that we do that need to be because we are running something maybe right where he just evacuated the area, or we're doing a quick pass and it's not going to matter, because that is a huge weakness for us. So I want to see John Bates, and Zach Ertz is a willing blocker. So is Bensonette, to give some help so that we have time to get the ball out.
I can dig it. What you got? What's your first one?
Damn, he took my joint, man. I'll jump on that and say force the defensive tackles to beat us, not the defensive ends. The more double teams you put on the defensive ends, it will force the inner defensive tackles, or nose tackle, whether they run the 3-4 or 4-3. So force that person or persons to win in the sack game. And if you're able to finally, if you let them if you leave the responsibility to the nose tackle or the defensive tackles, then it's all day open for Jaden Daniels. He'll go to the outside or drop a dime to Terry at the end of it. So that's force nose tackles, defensive tackles to beat us.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love that. For me, it goes to our defense, our D-line. Over the last several years, we have been susceptible to the mobile quarterback. Even in that first week, we had Baker how many times, and then he broke a tackle, broke a sack, got free, and then threw the ball downfield. Even Danny Dimes was escaping our pass rush and everything like that. So we did a great job last week when going up against Kyler Murray and kind of shut down any of his scrambling. But to your point, Will, the last time we played Deshaun Watson, he didn't do much, but he was able to evade our rush. We have got to keep him in the pocket and force him to beat us by being a pocket passer, standing in the pocket and throwing. That seems to be something he struggles with right now. But if he gets out on that edge and can extend the play and get run the ball and things like that, that's where I get a little nervous, especially, with our secondary and things of that nature. So let's keep him in the pocket and force him to beat us with his arm. All right, Will, what is your second key to victory?
No, that's a great point, Sean. And so kind of with that, I'm just going to say, and I'm going to be pretty vague with this because I'm not in the coaches' rooms, but we just need to mimic whatever we did in Pass D in the Cardinals game. Whatever tweaks they made to find out work, we need to continue doing that because, like you said, we need to make Deshaun Watson throw the ball. That seems to be where they're having some trouble. They'll get some yards. Both the receivers have a decent amount of catches to start the season off, but there's a much better chance of having success if he's having to throw the ball than if he's showing some. If you're giving him a chance to run, and now he's becoming a weapon through that. So yeah, whatever worked against the Cardinals, whatever changes they made, do it again for this game.
Ooh, I like that. All right, Ab, what you got, man? What's your last key to victory?
So you touched on what I was going to say next. Pressure on Deshaun. Honestly, that's what it is. We need to make him feel uncomfortable. And when you make a quarterback feel uncomfortable, they make mistakes. And he's successful. Why do I try these big ass words? Successful. He's more inclined to make mistakes when he's under pressure.
Good Lord, there you go.
So yeah, that to me, that is what you need to do. You need to make him and honestly get pressure on him and actually get to the quarterback. Like I know the last game we got a total 4 sacks in the game. Guys, those are amateur numbers. We need to pump them numbers up, okay? In my Matt McConaughey voice, like we need to pump them numbers up. What movie? What movie
is that?
I don't know.
That's why y'all not laughing because y'all don't know what I'm talking about.
What movie is it?
Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
Love that movie. Love that movie too.
Those amateur numbers, we need to pump them numbers up. Okay, so yeah, we need to, like, guys, we need to be all day, every day on Deshaun's ass. And if we're not getting these sacks, we need to hit him hard.
Oh yeah. And with that, we need to continue to play complementary football. And the one thing that I think is going to keep Deshaun off his rocker is by keeping him cold on the sidelines. Ab, you alluded to it. Last 3 games, last 3 wins, we have won the time of possession battle. Our running backs, our quarterbacks, Cliff, calling this game. We need to stay on the field, keep matriculating the ball down the field, and just slowly just move it down so that when he comes out there, he's cold and he already has issues, but let's make sure that he has extra issues because he's not out there. Let's get him all frustrated in Cleveland and let that dog pound know that the Tutty is here to stay. Let's go. I don't know. It just stopped. I don't know. Don't look at me. I was trying to do the oink. I can't. I'm stuffed up. Ha.
What are you doing?
I'm stuffed up. I was trying to do the oink. Okay. We're moving on, ladies and gentlemen. We're giving our score predictions. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I need to spit. All right. We're going to give our score predictions. Cleveland versus Washington.
Go last. I go last.
You go last?
Don't go to me first.
All right. I'll go first with this. I think we're going to continue to put points up on the board, and I think we're going to stop them. I got 35-17 Washington. I think JD5 is going to continue his performance, and I think we're going to be able to beat them pretty handily. Ab, what you think?
Okay, so I don't think we're going to go. So you're saying the way you're saying is that we're only going to score on 5 possessions. That means we're going to punt more too, you're saying.
Well, if we
read into that
5 10-play drives. 5 10-play drives.
Into that? See, sucks to be in a relationship with me. So
so what you're really saying is if I get you correctly.
So to me, I think it'll be more. I think we're gonna have like 7 drives where it's about 7 drives we're gonna sit there and score on. Not all touchdowns, but we are gonna score on. So give me a number 34-3. I think we put the stamp on them.
Oh, I like that. Oh, I really like that. All right, Will. Now you got me. Yeah, you got me excited. What you got, man?
No. So I wanted to go last because I'm conflicted. The last 2 weeks I picked the opponent to win, and we go out there and play phenomenal. Yeah. And I'm like, do I want to change that?
This is now.
Change it.
So and I do think we're going to have a little bit more trouble with their defense, and so I'm going to go 24-16 Washington.
Okay. All right. Nice. Let's break that. Let's break the losing score pick curse because I definitely put up. What did I say in that week? You said 24-21 last week. Well,
I can't remember. I might have, but we definitely both picked Arizona.
Yeah. I think I picked them 30-27. I think.
You did. You did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're gonna lose by 3. So, hey, look, this would be a great win for us. I hope that we don't look ahead of this game because of how Cleveland is struggling. We got Baltimore after Cleveland, so we know what Baltimore has been able to do with that run game and Derrick Henry just having a resurgence, leading the league in rushing. So let's go in here, do what we need to do, come out with the victory, and then get ready for Baltimore next week, man, because this could very easily be one of those that we overlook, and then somehow they kind of hit us with a sucker punch, and all of a sudden we're 3-2 going into Baltimore, potentially, struggling. So,
yep, I agree.
You know, oh man, yo, our guy, the shirtless, now shirted wonder, back in the building. Ab, let's go, man. So glad you were able to join us.
Thank you, guys.
Yes,
honestly,
thank you.
It was so much fun. I do appreciate you guys. You guys are doing phenomenal work. Keep the shit up. I'm so proud of both of you. You guys are so knowledgeable, and honestly, I love seeing your growth every week to every year that you guys keep doing this. Like, honestly, Will, your memory for Washington knowledge still astounds me, bro. But well, on this day, RG3 had a ham sandwich, no mayo, and like, dude, I love it, bro. You're awesome, Sean. Keep the passion up, bro. I love you, guys. We go back. You know, we go back. So,
oh yeah.
So, thank you guys. You're entertaining. You're doing God's work, in my opinion. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Hey, look, Ab, I'm just glad we can bring you in when we're just so excited to talk that everybody's just like, oh, I got something to say. Hold on, I gotta say.
Yeah.
And it's
we're not on doomsday talking about things.
We just need to trade everybody. Get everybody out of here. It's like, no, we're good now. We're good.
This is exciting, guys, and there's more. There's more to this. We're not used to it, but there's more to it. Like we need to just enjoy the ride. Like, because honestly, we don't even know what to do with ourselves.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm on DH Gate right now looking up Jid and Daniel jerseys.
Let's go.
I'm like, $28.
Hey, how much for
the link for $28, bro?
Wait. How much for those Sam Howells?
Clearance rack. Clearance rack.
Let's go. Get 5. Let's go.
Before I'm gonna look it up. Sam Howell. Let's see.
It's like we do not recognize this name.
Yeah, it probably shorted the website.
Try again.
Yeah.
Is it free? Tell me it's not free.
50 cents in a bag of chips.
Right.
Do something. Please take this off our hand. It's a buy one, have to get the other 4 free deal.
Yeah, 2 for 1 sale. There you go.
We're just gonna send them to you. Right? You know what, Sam? I'm not making fun of you, man. But
yes,
look, Sam, if you look behind me, you never gave me anything the likes of this, my guy. So long, farewell, goodbye. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we got to get out of here, man. And we're so excited. 3-1. It feels so good, but it's a long season. It's only the first quarter of it, and we got a long way to go, ladies and gentlemen. So stay tuned for what we got for my guy. You know who he is, Mr. Ab Lowe, 33 in the building, on the ground getting it done. And you know who it is over here, South Carolina's finest, Mr. Eggplant himself, the guy, the saxophone player, still waiting for that sax, Will Kramer. And you know who it is, living large in my nice new place. I'm going to go play that piano over there a little bit later.
Should. Get your John Legend on.
You guys. I think I will. I don't know. That's the way I'm feeling right now. But look, we got to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see y'all next time. We appreciate you. We love you. And if you know anything about us, there's 3 words you got to say. Left hand up.
Yes, you got a good chance. Let me tell you something about some good fans. Back in the day, RFK was our palace. If you don't know, you need to ask about us. Think we're gonna lose? Well, I can't believe you doubt us. Had the whole crowd screaming out, "We want Dallas!" Those haters can't stand